Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. This is our monthly YouTube hop, and I combined it with Off the Board. So that was the inspiration that you just saw there for the actual layout. And then for Off the Board, I chose this pin that has the title Night at the Museum. I am going to call mine Day at the Museum. And I know this is Mixed Media Frenzy, and you should have seen me do all of this beautiful mixed media, but somehow I don't have the footage for it. But you are going to see me doctor it up because it wasn't quite big enough vertically. I need it to be a little bit taller. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just using my watercolor brush and I'm dipping it into my Dilutions paint, and I am just scribbling it on there. My page is not prepped with gesso or anything. It is Basil Avalanche White, and it seems like it does have some sort of prep on it, or it acts like it does, because it does let you do that drippy effect, and it does actually let you pick up some of the color if it's in an area that you're not happy with. This is not paper that I purchased. It's a paper that a friend of mine gave me, and I just had a few sheets of it and thought I would try it out, and I was quite surprised by how it worked out. So again, I need to make things a little bit taller, so I had to go in a couple of times and just kind of mess with this. And this is exactly how I got all of the color on there in the first place. I just used some water and I dipped my brush in and just smudged it around. And you saw there my water was super red, so I had to go out and get some fresh water because I tried to start with the yellow and work my way out, because the reds and the blues, once I dip that in the water, I have to go and clear out my water and get some fresh water. Otherwise, those colors kind of just come with it. Everything has kind of a bluish or a reddish effect. So, yeah. So I think that's the last time that I am actually messing around with it. I am going to add some splatter. So I do like the way that looks. And I am kind of just making sure I made it the right size by holding my photo up there. And here you can see my paper towel roll is pretty messy. I do add splatter, but I am going to add some more mixed media on top of this beforehand. So I'm using paper glaze from Picket Fence Studio through this polka dot stencil, and I don't really necessarily need it right in the middle because my photos are going to be there. I just wanted to go over the colors that we're really going to show. And then I'm going to go ahead and matte my photos in black after I fix my ATG gun, which was having issues. It doesn't do that very often, but every once in a while. And I have these two photos, and these photos are of Noah and my daughter and one of his friends at the local Discovery Museum, and they have a water play area with the plastic balls, and the balls float in the water, and then they get scooped up and they get sucked up into this tube, and then you can pull a lever and they shoot everywhere. And so that's basically what the area that they're playing in. And I actually have a video of that, so I think I'm going to add a QR code to this layout that will link back to that video, so that when you open the layout, you see the QR code and you scan it, you will get the video of the balls all in the air and him giggling and busting up that they're all flying all over the place. And so I think that's a really fun way to add life to your album and to make it so that you actually do go back and look at those videos, because otherwise they sit on your computer, and how often do you go back and go searching for them? You don't, or at least I don't. But this way, it makes it really easy. I just scan the QR code. And if you're not sure what a QR code is or how to do that, I have a video on how to do that from, I believe, January 1st of this year. It's either January 1st or December 31st of 2020. But it's right in that time frame, and it walks you through how to make a QR code. You do need to have a YouTube channel or something like that to upload it. But even if you have a YouTube channel, it doesn't mean you have to share any videos publicly. You can mark them all private or unlisted, where they have to have the URL to be able to actually view the video. And it doesn't mean you have to share anything else on social media. So If you're interested in more information on that, you can always leave a message down in my description box down below, or my comments down below, and I will get back to you on how to do that or help you out in whatever way that I can. And keep in mind, I read my messages daily, but I don't respond every single day. I kind of do that as a batch process every few days, and so you might have to wait on that. In case you're wondering what the little yellow sticky is on the photos, it is his little friend. I have blocked off so you can't see the friend because they're not my child. So, well, he's not my child either, but I don't have their parents' permission to share that. So I'm really happy with the way that came out. And the odd thing here that I learned is that the blue dilutions doesn't dry. Like that sat overnight and everything is dry, but if I still touch the regular blue is dry, but the splatters are not dry. And I have no idea why that is, but that's why I went over it with the paper towels, because I did not want to be picking up a bunch of blue with my hands and getting it all over the photos, although my photos are printed on my selfie, so I can wipe them with a baby wipe or actually even go wash them off. So it doesn't really, it's not as horrible as if they were photo processed. But yeah, I just didn't want to have a big mess all over my desk, having my hands in it and then transferring that ink. So I had that film strip piece in my stash, as well as that white little netted piece. I just cut it in half to kind of span the difference. I added a little bit of washi tape in black and white. So pretty much all of the embellishments on this are going to be black and white, just like the inspiration piece. And I really love doing that. When you use a lot of color in a background, black and white is a great way to go with your embellishments. And so I have a lot of my embellishments sorted into color bins, in case you didn't know that. I have mentioned it before, but I know there's always new people watching or whatever, or people who may not have seen the particular video where I have shared that before. When I use a collection, when it gets down to a reasonable amount, like I've used the majority of it and I'm not sure what I would use the rest of it for, I will cut it apart and I will sort it into my color bins. And then when I do monochromatic layouts, especially, I use my color bins. But I also will pull them out, like for this type of a layout where, I just need black and white. I'm pulling out the black and white bins. It's not a problem. It makes it really easy. And it's also a great way to kind of pare down all of my stuff that's in packaging. So they all come out of their packaging, whether they're stickers or die cuts or ephemera or whatever, and they just get divided into these bins by color. And my bins that I have it was like a random thing that I got these bins. They're nothing special. You can't buy them anywhere that I'm aware of. I got them from this place we call Raft. It's like a resource area for teachers, and a company had donated a pallet of these little bins. And so, yeah, that's where I got them. So there are a whole bunch of people that are playing along with Mixed Media Frenzy. Go and check them out. The links are all down below in my description box, as well as all of the links for anyone who's playing along with Off the Board. And so Mixed Media Frenzy is the last Friday of the month every month. And then Off the Board is usually the last Wednesday of the month, but for the month of July, we're doing it every single day. If you've missed any videos, you can always go back and check them out. They are on my channel, as are the links to all of the people playing along each day or weekly or whenever they can. There are a handful of us that are playing along every single day, and it's been a lot of fun and really, really exciting because it gives us a lot of new ways to look at our Pinterest boards and get inspiration for our layouts. So hopefully you are enjoying it, and hopefully you enjoy Mixed Media Frenzy. This is one of my favorite hops because it is mixed media related, and I really do enjoy it. Even though I don't do mixed media on every single layout, I do always have a great time playing with my mixed media supplies when I do a mixed media layout. So I had that black and white diagonal striped strip of, I'm going to call it tape. It's not really tape. I don't even know what it is made out of. It's kind of a plasticky material. I just cut it horizontally. I cut it lengthwise, basically, into 3 strips, so I could use it in 3 different areas. One of those is going on the left-hand side, as you saw there, and then the other 2 pieces are going on either side of the photographs, the top and bottom, as you have seen me layer there. And I'm just layering up all kinds of black and white kind of stuff because I think that the black and white does not detract from all of that rainbow mixed media, and that is pretty much how the layout is in the inspiration piece. This little banner piece is from the Stuck on You, I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. It's the photo play collection that had all of the cactus, and so I just pulled that off of there. And then there were some heart stickers as well that I'm going to add, and you can kind of see it there on the left hand side. So these heart stickers do have quite a bit of white around the black hearts, and that is the main reason I'm putting them directly on the white paper and not over any mixed media, is because I don't really like the look of the white outline, and I didn't want to have to try to fussy cut around the white outline because they are really tiny. So I just decided if I put them on the white paper, it looks like it's just a black heart there. You can't really see the white outline around the black heart. Again, my title was inspired by my Pinterest board, which had a pin that said Night at the Museum, but I'm doing Day at the Museum. And we went during the daytime because it's just post-COVID. We had to book it in a 2-hour increment that you could go, so that they didn't have too many people in at one time, and then they have a 30-minute gap in between, so they go down and wipe down all the surfaces. I'm not sure how that works out because that's a lot of surface to wipe down, but the high-touch areas, I believe they wipe all those down and everything. And so it definitely was a day at the museum, and it was a lot of fun. This is just one portion of it. I have done other layouts on some of the other portions, and I have a couple more layouts to do still, but I think this will be the first one in the series of layouts from this particular trip to the Discovery Museum. And it was Noah's first trip to the Discovery Museum because he was just too little to even bother taking prior to COVID. He would not have gotten as much out of it as he did now. Like, he's 2.5 now. Pre-COVID, he was like, just way too little to really enjoy the experience. So it was much better that we waited. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, again, leave them down below. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. I will see you guys again very soon, actually tomorrow, with a whole nother layout for Off the Board. Thanks again for watching and spending time with me today, you guys. I will be back, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye now.